So what I want us to do is to start becoming more conscious, start choosing things in a better way for ourselves, and start creating a life that's going to gear us to really take advantage of the opportunities that are going to show up for us in the years to come.
This podcast is brought to you by The Integrated Human. We work up, down, inside out to plug yourself into your potential. If you want to see what we are up to and what's next, sign up to our newsletter or follow us on social media. If you like what we are doing, we really appreciate it if you can like our post on social media and YouTube and help us grow.
All right. Welcome to the Big and Small Podcast. I'm Jason Shields and I'm big.
Sorry. And I'm like, no, the tiny one.
And the giggly one.
It is like when you said big, I just like you just kind of expanded in your chair and like I ate all the Christmas cookies.
And I did too, by the way.
No, I'm big.
Yeah, I've not said no. People are like, so what's 2026 about? Starving.
Dieting.
So,
New year, new possibilities.
yep. Now, when it comes to spiritual things, when it comes to understanding metaphors, when it comes to diving into your philosophy, it always comes down to one thing. Does it serve you? Does it serve you? We talked about this whole cross-cultural thing before Christmas, right? You know, being in other cultures and other religions and other belief systems can be very good for you if you can take from it something that you can use. But if you can't use it, what do?
Put it in a box and look at it later. If
Yeah.
you may use it or just throw it away.
Yeah, that's it. You can just push it to the side. If it's useful later, you bring it back, because information and knowledge is different in different states of consciousness. Just like rules are different for an 18-year-old and for a 50-year-old, the way you perceive things changes as you evolve. So when you read a book twice or three times, every
Yes.
time you read, you get something new, right?
Talked to a friend today and we were talking about time.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't understand how I got things done before, because now he's so busy and he still doesn't have enough time.
Yeah.
But he said that it's very interesting. I always reflect back to when I was in high school, because life was so packed then. You had so much time.
You had two
You had
things.
all the time.
You had two things.
You had went to school, you were done with your homework, and you had training. It was 3:00.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
and
really?
then what? And so busy.
And so busy, social and hanging with friends. I'm like, you had so much time.
Yep.
And now looking back, you would do Marit or Jason, or if you're listening, your name.
Yeah.
Insert your name here.
Yes.
At 16, so much better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now you would have been the rock that shit.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yes.
And that's the way we kind of look at, the transition to the new year. What is this year going to be for you? How's it going to serve you?
Something we talked about in our momentum group and coaching group.
Yeah, the coaching group.
Very interesting conversation we had there.
Exactly.
Just to set the tone of the year.
Yeah. The Chinese were calling 2025 the year of the snake, because you're shedding lots of old structures, lots of old ideas, things that didn't serve you, the old you, so that you can find the new you. And we're moving into the year of the fire horse.
The fire horse, not the horse. We thought it was the horse.
The fire horse.
And we were corrected. It's the fire horse.
Yeah, fire. Yeah, and that's the thing, that the cycle that the Chinese use around this apparently is 9 years. So the things that you now decide on and plant now and repeat are things that will grow for you maximally now the next 9 years.
Yeah.
Now, whether if you believe in astrology or you don't believe in astrology, if you just decide that you're going to start to focus on some things that are serving you in your life and you repeat them and you give it 9 years to grow, guess what's going to happen, homie?
The prophecy is correct.
Yes, exactly. The prophecy is correct. You're going to be getting a hell of a ride. Exactly. You're going to be getting results like you've never, ever thought about, because everybody overestimates what they can do in a year.
Underestimate
5 years.
5 years.
And 10 years. Exactly. If you just continue to repeat, you rinse and repeat and double down on those skills, you get deeper and deeper levels of excellence and higher ranges of success from it. Okay.
I always find it very interesting these kind of things. Well, I get more and more on the believing side than when the two of us started working together. But
Yep. Yep.
always said, if it's true or not, it doesn't hurt.
It doesn't hurt.
It doesn't hurt.
Exactly.
So if I can get some extra fire horsepower on my seats right now,
Yes.
why not?
Exactly.
It's better if I want to build something.
Yep.
I assume it's better to have some extra fire horse on it
Yep.
than not have it.
Exactly. Because you
So
want horsepower.
I want horsepower. So I welcome the horse,
Yes.
but I won't bet my life on him.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
still kind of keep working and not gonna throw my life at one prediction. I think to build in the intention of this is a good year to build
Yes.
is very strong.
Absolutely. And it's, my friends, of course, never about the horse. It's a metaphor.
Don't get a horse now.
Don't get yourself a horse. But your subconscious mind, and that's something that we talk about a lot in the integrated human. We use ancient techniques that have been verified by science in order to program program your subconscious mind so that you can get the most out of your everyday life, right? Your subconscious mind, it functions based on metaphors, pictures, and experiences. And why is that? Because a picture is worth
1,000 words.
1,000 words. So having an affirmation is not quite the same as having the fire horse run through your life and pull you forward, right?
Inspiration.
Exactly. Because it's kind of like
Creativity, I heard.
a hairbringer. It's a harbinger, it's called.
A harbinger.
Yes, it's like a signal of now it's going to happen. And it's a beacon for you to continue to come back to remind yourself to continue working on your seeds, right? The seeds that you're planting this year, right? It also gives you an idea, because you're planting seeds, that there's a process and that there's going to be growth. So all of those things are gearing your subconscious mind for positive growth. And I don't think that's a bad thing.
No, I find it I love synchronicities. I
Yes.
think synchronicity is always quite fun. And what I find interesting is that in November, you, me, Siv, and Eirik, we started, so your wife and my husband, because we work together in a clinic, we started talking about, if you haven't been with us for long, we have had 5 operations the last year due to different injuries happening.
Yeah.
And we tested our resilience.
Yes, we have.
So it's been very good.
Major operations.
Major operations. Everything's going well now, but we got to shed a lot.
We've been kung fu
fighting the last 2 years. And we've been doing very well.
Yes.
I'm very proud of us. But we kind of, and finally, all of us are coming together again.
Yeah.
This is before the operation, my husband wasn't in the clinic, he's here now. So you're kind of getting a new start where we don't have more operation. So it was kind of natural for us to start, okay, let's make a 10-year cycle here. Let's look ahead. What do we want in our personal life? And what do we want in our business life, in our clinics and stuff? And it was just fun to see that we started talking about it. And a week later, I got hammered about all of this, what was coming. And the whole, I think it's interesting. We were talking about making the plan for 10 years. And then it comes up that according to the Chinese calendar, the 9-year
Fire horse
and the 9-year cycle is starting now.
Exactly.
And then that's just fun synchronicities.
Yes, it is. Yes. Exactly. And there is a great need for us to start choosing more in our own lives.
Agreed.
And people don't really understand, because we all feel like we're doing pretty good in our lives and all that. And we have it like we have it, and we are who we are, and we choose what we're choosing. But most of us are not aware of how much time, energy, and money is being stolen from us because we're not focusing it really where we want it to go. The Anxiety Generation book that I talked about a few podcasts ago.
Really good book.
It's a great book, but it also is scary. It's terrifying.
Yes.
We have more and more young patients in the chiropractic clinics around Europe and
big
the US.
Article in the big Norwegian news broadcaster.
Yeah.
NRK.
Yeah, news channel
About the increase in 15-year-olds coming to, especially the chiropractor for stress and stress reactions, actually. With neck
stress
pains.
reaction, neck pains, headaches, and tension in their bodies that create issues. And you've had issues like this before, because stress, especially internal conflict, is extremely poisonous. And there has been a guy talking about this, and he's literally trained by the CIA to do brainwashing. It's called a psyops. Like it's a bad thing, right? And he said, "I'm terrified when I look at social media today." The reason why I'm saying this is that the average 18-year-old, 35-year-old is
Name it.
using 8 hours a day on average on their mobile phones watching reels. Get real.
And then you don't have the computer and the TV.
And computer and TV and all that stuff. So where's the sleep? Where's the choosing? Where's the activity? Where's the socializing? You may have a different percentage than that. Maybe you're an overachiever. And probably if you're listening to the podcast, you are a person who's
Aware.
aware and doing more with your life than most people, right? So,
Usually are in an awakening process.
but if you were to take that amount that you're using, maybe it's half that, and take it and cut it in half again, would it really change your, I don't know, connectivity online? I guarantee you it's going to connect yourself to yourself and improve your own heart and mind and well-being, because this whole psyops thing guy that was talking about this, he said that if they can make you compare yourself to other people, compare yourself with unachievable goals, lifestyles, and realities, then they've already gotten you.
Exactly. I always feel sad when I'm very good on
Mm.
my social media detox,
Yeah.
and I go in, I'm like, I didn't miss anything.
Yeah. There's no,
Because it was then it don't justify when I'm not that good.
yeah,
I'm like,
exactly.
I've been gone for a weekend and I go in, I'm like, something has happened. I'm like,
No.
no. And
Yeah.
that's very interesting actually, is that I always then notice that my mood switches. I notice that it's actually it turns the volume of my if I have like nice not joy, but like if you look at the frequency, it's nice and soft and on the renewing side, it kind of just goes
Mhm.
and it just becomes heavy and depleting and it's not depressed and it's more sad and you see you just it's very interesting
Mhm.
because I notice when I'm very good now to be on it off it and I go in if I've been a couple of days off I can feel like the switch is coming on and that's not fun.
No.
So I think like you said to actually and that's something we are working personally on this year especially is to really set the focus. What are we choosing so we're focusing on light.
Yes, we're listening to a lady presenting different things, and she talked about Homo luminous,
Jason's new favorite
enlightenment.
word.
My favorite concept, right? Homo sapiens and Homo sapiens sapiens and Cro-Magnons and all that, but Homo luminous, the
Homo
the
luminous.
the light people, and I think that again, as a metaphor, it's a great thing, because
Mhm.
if we were highly resonant, choosing our lives, we were engaged and in love with what we were doing, imagine how we would then affect the people around us. And then that light, that spark, it transfers to the rest of society, right? So it's not about having to show up and be falsely high and mighty. It's more like be healthy, make healthy decisions, and watch that impact your whole community, right? People see that, they want that, but they need people who are making choices and making a stand for themselves to model themselves after. And right now, I think that the mobile phone is actually the most addictive thing that we've ever had.
Yeah,
I literally believe that there are more people addicted to their mobile phones than are addicted to drugs.
yeah,
As I think about this, and it's more prevalent and more present in the world than drugs. I was in Ecuador walking up a mountain, and I see this old guy with his straw hat and these just super worn out jeans, and he's got a hole in his shirt, and he's plowing his field with a donkey, like by hand, like one of those old school that you have to lean, you do a dip on it. You put your whole body weight on it to keep the blade in the dirt, and the donkey pulls it, and he works until the donkey's exhausted and gives the donkey a break. When he gives donkey a break, what do you think he does? Pulls his freaking smartphone out of his pocket. And I'm like, you can afford a smartphone, but you can't afford a tiller, like one of those machines that goes back and forth. You have to have a donkey. And it's like, wow, that's really interesting. The choice, but also The fact that a mobile phone and access to the whole addictive process of being on your phone is there for everybody today. So it's never been more important to plant your seeds.
So I think that's we need to breathe. They said the heart coherence this year is very up and coming. I don't know what else to call it. And breathing together.
Exactly.
Why should we breathe together? By the way,
It synchronizes our nervous system.
which means
Have you ever seen a flock of birds or fish, a school of fish, and they all turn at once? That is synchronicity. They literally are able to transfer a magnetic field that their nervous systems respond to. We also do that through our pheromones, which are the chemicals that the smelly smells that our body makes. Our mirror neurons in our brains actually transfer not just competence, but also tension patterns and all kinds of stuff. And when you are present with your breath, you are present literally in the moment because your body and breath are in the moment. They are grounded in the moment. So when you're then breathing with another person, you're sharing that moment of grounded presence. It synchronizes your nervous system and the field that your heart makes. Now this is not EBGB woo woo stuff. This is heart math science. Your heart creates the largest magnetic field in your body. So when you are coming in with love and gratitude, you literally plant the seeds of love and gratitude in the people around you. Have you ever, been walked into a room and you're like, "Whoa, it's fucking creepy in here. This doesn't feel good in here," right? That's because people's emotional states are doing something weird and your magnetic field actually resonates with that and goes, "Oh, no, don't like this." The opposite is also true. When you breathe together, you create coherence, which makes it very easy to slip into gratitude and unconditional love. And if you use a heart math monitor, you can actually figure it out. You can see it. You can literally see your heart variability and your heart health increase when you have conscious, present breathing. So, heart math's an amazing tool for people, and that's something that Tony Robbins is now doing a lot of work with.
and our own Sieve is using quite a
Yes,
bit.
and C's been
Well, she's
using
not
that for
using quite
years.
a bit. She's using it everywhere. She
Yeah,
talks about heart coherence
yeah.
every time we have a conversation, I think.
Exactly. That's exactly right. I mean, she's been doing this for over 15 years. She was one of the leading people. She broke basically the doors open for heart math and actually for soma breath in all of Norway, but all of the northern part of Europe. There were absolutely no practitioners when she started. She got the certification, has been working with this because she saw immediately that this is important. And as we know, she's our heart guru. She's
She's so
so
hard.
cute. She's so cute.
That lady is all heart.
She's
Yes.
amazing. She's unconditional love. She's amazing. And I'm lucky to be married to her.
So she uses actually that in most of, I think, all of the meditations she makes,
Yeah,
both live and recorded. She uses this heart coherence technique, this breathing rhythm, to
yeah,
to increase increase or build the heart coherence.
that's
Yeah.
correct. Yeah, and that's one of those things that because it's so important, we produced a lot of these meditations that you can just go in and download. It's available on the website for people who want to actually level themselves up and actually feel what coherence is like. If you can't take the trip, like many people do, they take the trip from Holland or they take the trip from Germany or they take the trip from Sweden to come be at our events. You may not know what it feels or tastes like to be in a deep, deep, deep meditation with a large group of people, but you can get a taste with the meditations. I think it's so important.
Yeah, but it doesn't take away that meditating with others is the
Oh, it's amazing.
best.
I mean, it's incredible.
And I've understood you don't
Mm.
have to do it in physical form. You can also do it. I've heard that if you can also do it online, like
Yeah, yeah,
if you're on a Zoom call, that will also be beneficial.
absolutely. Do you like me
Because
to
I've heard
Yeah.
Jason has many good friends out there,
Mhm.
and I've heard Jason. We were having a lunch, and he said, I need to go because I'm going to meditate with a friend." And I'm like,
Mm.
"Yeah, but he lives in Germany." And he said, "So?" I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah,
This was some years ago before
yeah,
I started meditating. And
exactly.
I'm like,
How?
Okay, so he's gonna sit in silence in Germany, and you're gonna sit in silence in Bus.
How's that work?
Okay, can't you just sit here and say that you're sitting?
Yeah, exactly.
I
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
asked.
yeah. Yeah, bro, just sitting. Ha, 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 ha.
And then having
Yeah,
coffee with me
yeah,
instead,
exactly.
but you didn't. I didn't understand how that
Mm,
worked at all.
yep. That's an interesting maybe I could talk about that for a moment or two because it's an interesting thing, and now very much proven by the mathematics of quantum science and quantum field theory. So, quantum physics shows that we come from singularity, which means that everything comes from a single source. And there's a moment where there's just potential, and that potential is then what the yogis would call nothingness, no thingness.
No
Yes,
thingness, because it's not nothing.
exactly. In Sanskrit, they call it neti
Net.
neti, right? And at the moment that all potential is not just there, but it's actually enlivened, then you have tat tavam asi. I am that. And that is when they say that there's a revolution of the in consciousness, that that field looks at itself for the first time, and that means that there's an individual and a wholeness, and that's what we call universal awareness in the structure of consciousness, which comes from the flow funnel that we teach people. And when you meditate, you basically start with the body and the breath, and you start to meditate, and you climb up the flow funnel and the structure of consciousness to pure consciousness, which is the singularity. You're literally finding this no thingness. So you need to transcend in order to ascend. So transcending means going beyond the body, going beyond your emotions, going beyond all the ideas that you have of yourself and the roles that you're playing, and your mom or your doctor or you're working in a grocery store and what your colleagues said and didn't say, and all the opportunities that may, I'm going to buy this and I'm going to do that thing. Those you transcend it. Basically, you go beyond that in order to climb the flow funnel, and you get to this point where you become all energy, which is unconditional love. And then you go into no thingness, which is all potential. And the physics of the evolution of the universe is the same as the evolution and the development of you as a person. Meaning that when I meditate and I transcend, and I know that I'm a powerful meditator because I've done it since I was a kid.
And you had your brain measured.
I I had that stuff measured.
Jason's a
Yes.
gamma geek.
I'm a gamma geek, exactly. I'm one of
The
the
lucky
major gamma geeks.
ones.
Yeah, well, lucky, not just work. It's just work. It's not special talent.
Mm-hmm.
It's just doing the job.
Sure. I
Over
call it
time,
talent.
yes. So people who have gotten their brains measured go into a high gamma state, which is total coherence of the brain. And in fact, my brain would go into coherence and then all the brain waves would drop. And that's also a creepy, weird, amazing, wonderful thing. So basically, my brain just goes into hibernation mode. So it's a really interesting process. So when you are then going to be with another strong meditator, and you know that we all come from one source, and you know both of you can reach that source, you basically ascend together.
You save a shit ton of plane tickets.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
Because you can just,
absolutely.
let's just meet up there.
I meet you in the middle.
I meet you in the middle.
That's it. And that's right. So the more people who are consciously ascending or consciously transcending at the same time, because the field is not local, it's everywhere. There's something called entanglement, which means that if you take a particle and you split it in half and you put one on one side of the universe and the other one on the other side of the universe, they're connected. And that's because, in essence, those particles are coming from the unified field, the singularity, which means that they come from a place that's before time and space, which means that there is no time and space in their relationship, which means that if one turns, the other one turns the other direction. They're connected. It's called spooky action at a distance. This is a real thing. Look it up. Einstein would love you for it. So when you're able to meditate, you're literally going back to the beginning of the universe. You're going to the place where there is no space and time. And then there's no space and time or distance, which means that we are together there, all of us. that quiet place in your mind, that moment as you're waking up before you have thoughts, that's literally the same place in the universe as I am when I'm waking up. It's because in that moment, before you become you, before you come back to you, you're non local. It's amazing.
This is also why it takes some time, I guess, because all of that is not done in 5 minutes once a day
Yeah, well, that's,
for a
yes,
week.
exactly.
Unfortunately, I
Yes.
wish,
Yeah. Some people are lucky they get the big
but
hit from almost nothing, but other people have to grind that.
if you actually listen to all that you said, to be able to
Yes.
take all that, that
Yes.
means that you're literally gone,
Yeah.
and to be able to hold that, it takes some. You need to build some resilience,
Yes.
I would imagine.
Yes.
So it makes sense that one can't reach that with 5 minutes a day for a week.
Yeah, that's
But you
exactly
also
it.
get, if you meditate with high or very deep and experienced meditator, you kind of get a slightly free ride, since we get the connection.
That's correct.
You get deeper, because I always, when we are, if I meditate with you or Steve, or because that, of course, being in a large group, that's
Mm.
amazing. Like, then I feel like when I go into a room, I want to close my eyes and just sit.
Yeah,
And I
that's
feel
it.
that because we have in the clinic, we have some of our flow staters, people that attend our
Yeah.
events. We have some that goes to the clinic, and many of them now come in a little bit early and they sit and meditate. And when
Yes.
I see them with their eyes closed, I feel a very
Oh,
pull towards,
that's it.
like, oh, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm working.
Yes, exactly.
I'm working,
Yeah, exactly.
because they become stronger. So I
Yeah.
get a pull towards them when they come in,
Exactly.
and I want to sit with them.
Yeah.
And that, especially if you have events with deep meditators, I just feel like I don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
And I feel that, especially if I meditate with you or Steve, that I get more of a free ride. I
Yeah.
get help.
That's
I kind
correct.
of can hook on back of your rocket and
Mhm.
be a, I don't know, blind passenger on the
But that's
trip.
it's a good observation because you literally become a coherence generator when you have meditated a lot and you sit in that peace. That is what's broadcasted through the mirror neurons, through that magnetic field of your heart that heart math can measure, and we have the equipment here as well. That's like physics verified. This is not again woo woo stuff. This is hardcore science, and you literally will start to resonate with the person who has the highest heart frequency. So when a strong meditator sits down and they start to meditate, that field expands and actually starts to affect the people around them. So when you have a group and everybody's meditating, what happens is you basically, it's like a outbreak monkey. It's like the coherence just jumps boom, 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 boom. And the interesting thing with this is that the more people you have, the faster it goes and the more powerful it becomes because the whole of the experience is greater than the sum or the addition of all the little pieces, the sum of the parts. So the whole is greater than the sum of the parts, meaning that if you have 10 people who are strongly meditating, then that experience or the effect that it has on the community is something that's called the super radiance effect. The super radiance effect has been proven through the TM movement to actually decrease crime. Like if you have the square root of 1% of the population meditating together at the same time, you can have an effect on crime, right? On chronic pain, on stress levels. So imagine if we could get more people making better decisions about their lives and planting the seeds of meditation, presence, of taking care of themselves,
Choosing light,
choosing
being
light.
homo luminous,
Homo luminous,
not Harry
right?
Potter.
Not here, yeah, yeah. You guys, if you want a challenge, look up some of the stuff, listen to the podcast, take notes, write down the things we're talking about. And if you go, no, that's woo woo stuff, look it up. Do a search. Use your AI if you'd like, or just go to the Heart Math website, go to the Integrated Human website, check out the meditations because you know that the tools that we're creating are there because we want you to plant the right kind of seeds so that you can get 9 years of growth.
So make it a good one.
Make it a good one.
And I think this year is important to consciously choose every day. And I
Yes.
like like if you don't have a 10-year plan, and if you don't know, I think just like with Homo Lewis, I think it's just a good idea. Choose light, because that's a
Mm,
powerful picture, and a lot of good things will come with that.
that's right. That's right.
These are simple idea to come back to.
Exactly. And you know how I know that Marit's my bestie? You know how? Because when her husband's like, "So, what's your 10-year goal?" And I said it, he goes, "Oh, that's weird." I'm like, "Why?" Because that's exactly what Marit's 10-year goal is too. And
We
we
hadn't
hadn't talked.
spoken.
So that's the way it is. Heart coherence.
And breathing and grounding.
Yes. So remember, you matter. Unless you multiply yourself by the speed of light squared, then you're energy. But if you can't be energy, matter.
Thank you for listening to our podcast. We hope you felt we added something to your day and hopefully your life. If you want to learn more, subscribe to our newsletter and find us at integrated-human.com. That is integrated-human.com. Integrated Human on YouTube and other social media platforms. Have a great day, and thank you again for listening. Love, light, and upgrade from us at the Integrated Human team.